Are you ready?
My coach, Barbara H. Smith. Why did I hire her? Because she's the best.
Barbara H. Smith is a powerhouse. She just walks in the room and grabs your attention, and she does that in a way that just makes you feel loved and like she's paying attention to you. She cares about you, and she wants to see you be your best self.
She was able to dig inside and find a passion that was deep within me.
Barbara's energy is one of the reasons that I had to have her as my coach. I love the way she is real with people.
The reason I felt like I needed a coach was because I have some big goals and I needed to build my confidence. I knew that Barbara could help me do that.
I felt that I could trust her.
I would definitely recommend to get coaching from Barbara H. Smith if you feel like you need to level up your confidence. She would just help you feel like bold, like you can take on the world.
She has really shown me who I am. She has changed my mindset to a place that I know that I am more powerful today than I would have ever been if I had never met Barbara Smith.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh my God. It's the beginning of April. I'm super excited that spring is actually here. Did we actually have winter? Well, in the East Coast, we didn't. Anyway, I'm here. So grateful that you're here with me as well. Thank you for showing up to the Empowering You Show, where we showcase business owners and people in the community that are doing phenomenal things. Today is no different. But before I introduce you to our guest, let me bring up the co-host of the Empowering You Show. That would be the sexy, sassy, spicy Shani Smith.
Spicy. I like that. I really like that. How are you? Can you believe it? It's the first Thursday of April. The second quarter begins.
And so what are you doing for second quarter? What are your goals for second quarter? Are you doing something phenomenal, Shani?
I'm doing something phenomenal. I'm actually always trying to be intentionally doing something phenomenal. I'm taking a look back at first quarter, reviewing that, seeing where I could have made some changes, and just really turn them and just take the baton and run with it, like all of you out there should as well. You know what it starts with? It starts with the mind. So who better to be our special guest than somebody who deals with stinking thinking?
Oh, yeah, that stinking thinking stuff. Let me introduce our guest. She is a thinking evangelist, thought transformation coach, and consultant to businesses, organizations, and individuals. She offers thought treatments to enable and increase personal, organizational, and business return on investment using her proprietary How to Think framework. She's a mental health advocate to individuals and organizations, and she works with sales teams to birth quick and powerful increases in ROI. Yeah, you know it as return on investment, but return on intention. She works with senior executive teams, boards, C-suite individuals to engender a cohesion of right thinking that takes organizations to their next in the right direction. Help me bring to the platform from Lagos, Nigeria, Coach Kimmy.
Woo! Love it.
Thank you. What an introduction. Whoops. Thank you.
You are to be celebrated.
I mean, let's celebrate you. So we want to talk to you a lot. So let's get started so that we don't miss a morsel, not a moist morsel of what you have to say. It's my pleasure and my extreme honor to have you show up on this show. What time is it where you're at?
It's 17:04 hours. That's 5:04 p.m.
So we didn't catch you at too bad of a time. It's right at dinner time.
No, good time, good
Good
time.
time. Tell us about you. How did you come up with this thinking mentality, and how did you come up with this how to think framework?
Oh, gosh. Well, thank you so much, first of all, for having me, Barbara. Shani, you are ace. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Right.
That.
How I came about it. Well, it's someone sent me a message about a week ago, and he said he was praying. He said your coaching ministry, and I thought I've never heard coaching referred to like that, but it is a call. It is a call. It came out of my divorce and separation, then divorce from my husband of 16 and a half years. And I remember going outside. I was married to my pastor, and I stepped outside and I said, but God, you need to help me here. We led a church where we helped others not lose out on their marriages. They stayed and all that. And why did mine break down? And he said, it's because of the way you think. I heard that clearly. I said, what does that mean? Everybody thinks. Like, what's he talking about? So I went back to my bedroom. My husband had left by then. I went back to my bedroom. I pulled out all the concordances, all the Bibles, all the translations, everything that we had. I said, I'm going to find that word think in the Bible, because I ain't never been to no church service where they say, today we're going to preach on how to think. So I picked it up and I started going page from using the concordance page to page. Then I got to Proverbs 23 verse 7, the last half of it. For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.
So is he. Mm-hmm.
That was like,
wait. You said that so fast. I need the people in the back to hear it. What is Proverbs? What's the verse and chapter?
Chapter 23 verse 7.
All
For
right.
as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. I had seen think, but nothing really hit me till I got there. So, what? So I stopped, looked at it again. Like, this is simple English. KJV simple English. Like, what? I am what I think? Okay.
You are what you think.
All right. Shut all the books, put everything away. I said, so what am I supposed to do with that? He said, go and teach my people how to think.
Ooh. Both hit that at the same time.
Never done that before. Don't know what to do. So I took my time and I was like, okay, what do we call it first? You know, new to business. What do we call it first? So I went to my kids. I have two. And I said, look, you know, I just heard something about how to think, and I don't know what to call it. And my daughter said, just write how and think and put a number 2 between. I said, okay. And that was it. That was it. And that's how I started, certified as a coach. Simple. It was brilliant. Yeah, very simple. Then I had to unravel the difference between thinking and mindset. Because every time people ask me, what do you do? They said, when I explain, they go, oh, you do mindset. And I always said, no. But you're doing mindset. I said, no.
Tell us the difference. What is the difference?
The difference is, the question I asked them is, okay, show me my mindset. Nobody could tell me. Nobody could show it to me. So anytime I had an issue, they would say, oh, it's just your mindset, Kemi. I said, okay, show it to me. I want to change it. I can't be having problems and not be able to change it. And then I found out that you've got to, your mindset is like a house. So I'm sitting in my bedroom in my house right now, and it has 4 walls. So when they say your mind is set, that's the house is set. But what set the house? Bricks, cement, boards, steel rods, whatever. Something set the house. So the house is just set. It's not moving about. So what sets the mind? Your thoughts. That's the difference. Your thoughts come in and they're the building blocks of the mind. So when we say your mind is set, we've got to ask what set it, and we've got to look again and say, oh, it's the thought. So you have control over your thoughts.
What do you mean I have control over my thoughts. Don't my thoughts just come when they want to come and leave when they want to leave?
I like that question. No and yes. No, they don't come when they want to come. Yes, they do come when they want to come. Why? Because that's how you wired. You are either wired that way or you've wired yourself up that way. So that's an expression many coaches or counselors use now, neuroscientists. When you look in Romans chapter 12, verse 1, the first thing you read there is, be not, I beseech you, give yourselves your body as a living sacrifice to God, holy and acceptable, because it's your reasonable. Or logical service. Verse 2, and be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Why? Still verse 2, so that you will know God's good will, God's acceptable will, and God's perfect will. So I said, okay, so what does that mean? That means I'm sitting in a pot with fire under it. So I'm a living sacrifice. I'm not allowed to jump out of the pot. It's a sacrifice. Sacrifices are burnt. They're giving away. You say, here, you can have my best stuff. So don't jump out of the pot when you're being cooked. The water will get hot. Stay in there. Don't jump out. Don't be conformed. That means don't be similar to the world. You don't do things like that. But the reason your body is, you're giving your body, not your soul or your spirit, is because your body wants this and it wants that. It wants to sleep. It wants to run. It doesn't want to sit down. Wants to just mess about. Just doesn't want to turn up for Barbara and Shani's show because she's just tired.
They want to scroll on social media.
And you behave and you send an email, Barbara, I'm just off today. I can't do it. But it's not that. You are lazy, lousy, and laid back, disrespectful. But people don't call themselves that. And when I introduce them to that part of themselves, they get upset. But until you acknowledge that this is what you're doing and this way you are, there is nothing you can do about it, because you can't change what you don't recognize, you don't notice, you don't accept. And so because your body is doing all that stuff, your soul is is between your body and your spirit. And so it says be transformed. Don't be conformed. Don't be similar to them. Be transformed, meaning change like the butterfly from the egg to the butterfly. Because that word transformed is the word metamorphosis in English. Metamorphosis in Greek. So it's not just transformation. Even when you look at the meaning of the word transform in the English dictionary, which everyone should get to do, is very different from change. You have change management. We don't have transformation management. Change is easier than transformation, because when you look at the egg to the butterfly, it's a metamorphosis. So when you look at your thinking, your thoughts need to be transformed by renew yourself will be transformed by the renewing of your mind. When you look at that word renew, it means renovate. You never renovate a thing with the same thing. You don't renovate the mind with the same thoughts. So when you decide, okay, I used to be conformed to the world, I'm not going to do it again, you're going to have to change what you're thinking.
That's right.
And that will transform you, because it will reset your mindset. And so whatever you are now delivering, the results will be very different from what you've been getting before. And you will not complain. You will not pray empty prayers anymore. You will not be bothered. You will have answers. You will not know when the answers will come. It's none of your business. Otherwise, you might as well become God. And since you are not, shush, you will know that God is real, God is true, He doesn't lie, He doesn't have lack, He doesn't have delay. There are many things we've been taught in church that are not so. And so you will stay with God and say, you don't change. You parted the Red Sea, I'm waiting for mine. You healed the woman with the issue of 12 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 years, I'm waiting for mine. When something physically, you see it. It's not the way you want it. That's your consciousness. You send a message to your subconscious, bruh, sister, it's not like that. This is the way it is because this is what the word says. You will get serious with the Bible stuff. You will not play. Otherwise, you will be conformed. You will be similar to the world. I think every time a child is born, whether they're half a minute old, an hour old, say to them every day, until whenever, do not be conformed to this world. Don't be conformed to this world. Give your body as a living sacrifice to God. Don't be conformed. Be transformed. Your whole self is going to be transformed, not your mind. Your whole being will be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You know why? Because you need to know God's good will, acceptable and perfect will. Because when you know the will of Barbara, you know when to turn up for the show. You know what to do, what not to do. When she says, move it this way, you move it that way. And so there will never be any problem. Nobody can blame you. You didn't do well on Shani and Barbara's show. I did because I know their will, and this is what they said. I followed it to the T. But without a transformed self, which will reset and renew your mind, you will not know that will. And that's why we get into so much hassle and trouble. Shh, Kemi.
Amen, amen, amen. Listen, I don't care if you're watching the show right now. You got to watch this replay like 3 times to get all the nuggets that you just spit out, okay?
You just dropped so many nuggets. You dropped some boulders. Shani, you first. What one thing stuck out that Kemi said to you?
Really from the very beginning about being real with yourself. If you're not going to accept that what is happening is because of the person that you see in the mirror and your disconnect from what God says, nothing changes. I mean, from the very beginning, we got to call a thing like what it is. I'm just sitting here. No, I'm resting. No, you're not resting. Like she said, you're not. You're being lazy. You're not. And faith without works is absolutely, positively dead.
Mm. What just jumped out at me more than anything else, a bunch of stuff jumped out, but more than anything else is the renewing of your mind, and that your mind is set. Is set unless you renew. And if you don't renew with the same stuff you already got. The renovation example and analogy was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You want to rehab a house. Are you going to use the same wood?
Exactly.
Same ugly countertop? The same raggedy cabinets?
Come on.
Same
No,
raggedy
you're
appliances.
Yeah, same raggedy appliances. Dusty,
Come on.
No, you're going to renew all of those things, and so that the new is now metamorphically changed. Oh,
right.
Metamorphosis. That's what we need.
Yes.
Girl, you was talking to me, rolling all over my toes. I pushed them back out and said, ouch. And my friend Teresa Haskell would say, ouch-hallelujah. Ouch-hallelujah.
Yes, it's been like, I feel like the Batman and Robin meme, where it's just constantly smacking you like bam, boom, like
boom,
come on, because let's be honest. That's it.
Let's be honest. Yep.
And what I want people to understand is the reality we now see is a result of what?
Our thinking. That's it.
But we don't want to accept that. We want to say
can't
something
even
else.
blame the devil anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Leave the devil alone. If you choose to think that your needs will not be met and you worship God, that's okay. You are right. Like Henry Ford, was it Henry Ford? Yes, you are right.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think it will be met, you are right. You are so right.
If you think you are right, you are right. If you think you are wrong, you are right. Whether you think you are right or wrong, you're right.
You're right.
You're right.
Because it's your thinking that changes your reality. And how is that? How does that happen? Kemi, when you say, it's easy to say if you change your thinking, you'll change your reality. How is that possible?
So I teach something called the READY framework, READY. When people start coming to me to learn the fine art of how to think, they say, I know the problem is my thinking. I know it's my thing. I said, okay, so what is it? Well, I want to get promoted. I want to do this. I want to run my business. All right, okay, so let's start. And I found out that they will fall back or they will become unwell. There was always something happening in between. So I went away and I said, hey, God, am I hurting somebody? What's happening? Some will give up. They will not do it. So I found out, Myron Golden says, the hardest thing most people will never do is think.
Yeah.
James Allen says, the effort you put into thinking determines the results that you get.
Ooh, wait.
I've never heard that.
Oh, James Allen's book, As a Man Thinketh. Get it?
Give us that. Give us that. First of all, give us the book again. Give us the book.
As a Man Thinketh by James Allen.
As a man thinketh. As a man thinketh.
Yeah.
By James Allen.
Yeah.
By James Allen. Now give us the quote again.
The effort you put into thinking will determine the results that you get.
The effort you put into thinking.
Paraphrase. The effort of thought. So
why is it so hard for us to think? Why is it so hard for us to stop and just think? Because I got to tell you, for me, I'm thinking I'm not doing. If I'm not doing, I'm not progressing.
You mean as in like sweat equity? Like if you're not actually
doing something.
Mm-hmm.
For many years, I thought that. And then I started to study successful people. And there are people who all they do for a day, 2 days, a week, or a month is just think. And I thought, what is that about? So why is it so hard, do you think, Kemi, for people to just think?
It's not that we don't think, it's what we think. Research tells us that we have 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts a day, not a week, a day. That's approximately 55.5 thoughts a minute. Okay. So the reason we do that is 98% research tells us of those thoughts are repeated thoughts. I will not make it. Yesterday, I will not make it. Tomorrow, I will not. You're going to think it tomorrow, I will not make it. Or negative thoughts.
Yes.
They're either repeated or negative. So it's about 2%. That's brand new thoughts and thoughts that will carry you forward. I try not to use positive thinking and negative thinking because it's kind of lost its, but it has a very powerful meaning, but we won't go there. Very, very powerful meaning. So, for example, positive means the presence of, negative means the absence of. So every time you have a negative thought, you're thinking the absence of what you want. So don't think that way. Think what you want, what you desire. So many people do not think, yet they do, about what they actually want to achieve. Not that they don't think, but they're just thinking wrong stuff. And you see, my people perish for a lack of knowledge.
Right.
Just like when you digest food, you cannot digest the food you have not eaten. You cannot think on knowledge you do not have. You either have knowledge, information, or data. I call it KID. If you do not have the KID, you cannot think on it.
Knowledge, information, or data. I love that. I get that.
One of them. Yeah.
I'm stealing all kinds of stuff out of this, okay? Just so you know.
I write that down.
So if you don't have the KID, you can only think on the KID that you have. So if the knowledge you have is wrong, or stinking thinking, or wrong knowledge, if the information you have is wrong information, if the data you have is wrong data, your thinking is going to end up wrong and give you wrong results. Likewise, but you can only think on what you know. You can't think, it's not in the air. Or, no. So every time you investigate your own thoughts, I call it IYT, investigate your thoughts. Make sure that during your investigation, you're going deep, just like an investigator or detective. So where did I get that information from? Is that information correct? I need to go and check it out. What data is that? What knowledge is that? Where did I get it from? Can I confirm that this is so? And if you can confirm this is so great. I always say the best way to think is to think scripture, because it is not wrong. Okay, and you're not just thinking words, you're thinking Jesus. In the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Wisdom was with him from the beginning. You can't miss it. You cannot miss it. You cannot fail. It's impossible for you to fail. You cannot. You will no longer hustle. You will not go after, oh, I need this business. No, you will chill. That's why it's better for you to take. Who said it? Einstein. He said, if I have to cut down a tree, I'm going to use 90% of the time to sharpen the saw, because it will make things easier when you get to the tree. That's why wealthy people think more. So if you're saying it's going into your, by eating into your day, get up at 4, sleep at 10 p.m., get up at 4 a.m. I learned that from Abraham Lincoln. Sleep at 10 p.m., get up at 4 a.m. Sleep at 10:30, get up at 4:30 a.m. You're going to be just feeding your subconscious till you get to a point where your conscious and your subconscious are the same. So even if your consciousness sees a lie, that's not what you've asked for. Your subconscious is already saying, no, that's not it. And you already, that's not it. That's not what I've asked for. So many people, but we don't think that way. We just go into subconscious synonyms of the word think: vision, sight, see, meditate, imagine. Vision, sight, see, meditate, imagine. I'll prove it to you. If I say, what will your life look like in the next 5 years? What do you want it to look like in the next 5 years? 5 years is in the future. You are going to paint me a picture with technicolor detail. Where did that come from? Your mind. You've been thinking. You can see it. So you set your mind, I want this house, I want my children to be da 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 da. How? That's what you need to do with your imagination. So I found out that many people are not ready for thought transformation. That's why they need their thoughts treated. They're not ready. So R stands for are ready or ripe. When a fruit is ripe, take the mango. It starts growing, it's green, it's small. As it's getting to the point where it's ripe enough to eat, it gets bigger, it changes in color, texture, and size. If you don't pluck it on time, it drops to the ground. And they say, eat me, I'm ready. Many people are not ready. They don't want to face it like we said at the beginning. Be honest, just like Shani said. No. God has said I shouldn't do it yet. No, just accept that you are afraid. Just accept that you don't know certain things and you need some help. Just say what it is, because until you call it what it is, there is nothing to change, because everything is hunky-dory. Perfect. So be ready. All right. When you're on your marks, they say, get set. Now you lift off from your knees. Now the guy's going to look, is everybody off their knees or somebody still on, you're not ready to run. So he said, down, everybody, what's up? They are not ready to run. Many are not ready for thought transformation. And it is hard because your thoughts, the thinking, your reticular activating system is like your executive secretary for your brain. So every time you walk into the office, you've told your RAS, reticular activating system, your executive secretary, I want coffee on my table at 8 a.m. I do not talk to anyone before 10 a.m. And secretary starts 1 week, 2 weeks. This is what boss wants. Boom. This is what boss says. Boom. 8 a.m., 10 a.m., everything is up. Why is it my coffee is 8:01? You get it right. That's what you've been saying to your brain. Every time I saw a dog when I was small, I ran helter-skelter. Dog did not move. Dog did not say anything. I was just scared. Sent a message to my brain. He's coming after me. Dog did not move. It was my thinking that made me afraid.
Well, your brain changes. And I want you to pause right there, because I'm absorbing it and loving it, but you said RAS, and many people don't know what reticular activating system is. And right after the break, we're going to explain it to you. We're going to a break right now. We're at 30 minutes. We're going to a break right now. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back.
No, grab a pen, though. Grab a pen, because this right here,
get your pen and paper, baby. Get your pen and paper. I am a child of the Most High God. He has gifted me in ways that I could not even imagine and didn't know.
There was a time when I didn't know who I was. I listened to other people tell me who I should be, what I should do. I listened to people telling me that I should be a boutique owner, that I should be a construction manager, that I should be a laborer. Have you ever felt like you should do something else, be something else, go somewhere else, be wherever you wanted to be, and you felt like you were in a box? Anybody in the room? And you couldn't get out? Anybody in the room? And you kept trying to go and you couldn't get out? Anybody in the room? But let me tell you, you need to rock the box. Rock the box.
I am engaging, inspiring, and empowering. I would give you everything I know. Just by touching you, if I could, by osmosis, give you every single thing I've learned, I've gone through, I know I would. We know that's not possible, but as it is possible, I love to share information with people.
Some of you out there, people have told you that you can't be, you can't have, you can't do. But I will tell you, like Kingston said, you can, you must, and you will. If it's to be, it's going to be me. You got to say it. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be.
Barbara is because she believed what her mama said about her and not what other people told her.
Every day you wake up, when you're in a situation, it's your choice whether it's an advantage or the disadvantage.
She gained her confidence and her life, and now she is a testimony.
If I can help you elevate yourself, then I feel like I'm elevating my own self as well. What you know and I know together can change the world.
Man, I can't believe 30 minutes just flew by that fast.
Hey, Donna. My sister, beautiful sister Donna Graves. She is a sister from the same mister. My sister Donna Graves is out there. She's reading Fabulous Folk. She is out there. Thank you so much for showing up. Kimmy is on fire. We left the conversation. Have you ever seen that video before, Kimmy?
No, that was brilliant. That was Kenya.
Yeah, they did it in Kenya for me. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Enough about me. Back to the conversation. We left off talking about RAS, the reticular activating system. Only some of us have it, right?
No, all of us have it.
Right.
I like that.
So how do we use it? What is it and how do we use it?
Okay, so whether you know it or not, you always send a message to your brain. And that's where your thinking happens. Where you have your neurons, your nervous system, the whole shebang. And have you ever wondered? No wonder is the only part of our body that's encased, it's inside a shell. We have flesh all around our bones. This is the only one that has a bone around the flesh, the brain. So God did that for a reason. Every time you have a thought, three things happen to your brain. It changes structurally, functionally, and chemically. Structurally, when you have a thought, I want to carry a table. Your brain is neuroplastic in design, so it moves. It's constantly moving. And so it moves to take the shape of someone that needs to carry that box. Functionally, it needs to take a shape where it performs the function of carrying, because you're going to use muscle. And chemically, what are the hormones that are released when you want to carry? What are the proteins? What's released when you want to carry that? It's the same when you have a thought of fear. Fear is a thought. Faith is a thought. Doubt is a thought. Anger is a thought. Absolutely everything is a thought. So when you think, your reticular activating system, which is at the base of your brain, is a tiny little bit hanging down, it takes in all that information and it's recording it. Every time Kemi sees a dog, she's afraid. Every time Kemi sees a dog, she's afraid. Till it gets to a point where nothing needs to happen. You just see something that looks like a dog. Your brain just goes into action. And so she's afraid. We've got to release adrenaline. We've got to protect her. We've got to do whatever we need to do. And that means she's going to run or she's going to start shaking. It's your thinking that causes that. That just didn't come out of the blues. So the problem now is someone like me comes and says, you've got to start thinking differently. If you want this, then think it. But what always comes is, I'm afraid of the dog. The dog is here. I'm afraid of the dog. I've got to run. But I try not to run. So what many people do is, okay, I'm going to start thinking differently. So this is what I'm going to do. And when I see a dog, I will not run. It's not what you do. It's what you think that determines what you do. And then they get upset and they go, well, I'm trying. No, you are trying. I don't allow my clients to use that word TRY. Try has no spine. When you say I'll do it, there's something about your spine that does. But when you say I'll try, it's just I'll try, yeah. So you've given opportunity for failure. Yeah, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to give it a try. No, go and do it. Period. But right. I don't know how. We know that. Who knows how? God knows how. Let's leave it there. Now we're going to do it. Just that thought sets you up for success, for winning. You will win. It might take you, do it the first time, second time, but you will win because you're going in with that kind of thinking. We're going to win. Look at what's wrong with her. Where is she coming from? I'm not even going to answer that question. Say hi to me after I have won. We will talk after I have won. We will talk after I've blown it out of the park. We will talk. Or people say, feel the fear and do it anyway. I never have believed it. Will never own that book. God bless who wrote it. Feel the courage and do it anyway. What does fear do to you? It paralyzes you. It causes you to go, but I did it. No, you're not doing your absolute best. Feel the courage. Come on, feel it. Let's do this. We're going for it. Just before we started, I saw Barbara dancing and she was moving and then when we all came on air, she said, now we are here. I thought, whoa, the power. She is preparing herself. Like a boxer in the ring, just
you can see me in the background.
I saw you.
I thought you could only see yourself.
She was. I wasn't on air yet. Shani hadn't come in. No one was in here. It was then Shani came in. Then we went live, and she was prepared. At first, I thought I couldn't hear anything. What she did is she's a speaker, not just a speaker, a celebrity speaker. She is getting ready to blow it out of the park. But the mistake, many people are, well, this is just a little show, just a little podcast. Who's Kemi Oyeshola? Yeah, what does she? No. We maintain it because the more you practice it, the better at it you become until your reticular activating system says, this is what to do. So I'm sure she wasn't like, it's about time. Yeah, let me. No. That's just what she does. She's getting ready to blow it out of the park because you see, whatever you do, you need to be responsible. You're not talking to be responsible. These are people God made. If you have something to give them, then always show up and give them the best. Show up, talk like you're talking to 1 billion people. I'm not saying you don't have power with your tiny voice, but let the power show through your tiny voice. It could be the words you speak or just the way you look or just the tone of your voice.
Woo! Shani, what you got? Because I'm about to bust up over here. I'm looking at the clock like, no, it's going to be over soon. No. I know that you do have a masterclass coming up for everybody out there who needs more Kemi, because who doesn't need more Kemi? Tell me about it. Tell me about this masterclass.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I have a masterclass coming up. it came as a result of I need to teach people because I just need to keep going deeper and deeper. And I found out that there are qualifications to thinking, just like you have qualifications when you go to university or college, as you guys call it. So there's the BA, BSc, Masters, PhD, diploma, higher diploma, whatever. So I said, no wonder some people struggle because they don't have a PhD in thinking. And there's a higher level than PhD. It's a God level thinking. I'm currently running a group coaching program on that. So I'm going to teach in that masterclass, which is free, how to think at different levels. So you recognize where you are and decide, all right, we need to go up another level. All right, we need to go up another level. It's just like people with their businesses. When you use metamorphosis of thought, the egg cannot move. The egg of the monarch butterfly stays there for 3 to 5 days. Some of you are at the beginning of your business and you've expired. When the egg does not hatch between 3 to 5 days, it is dead. You should have moved on up and hired Barbara. And so I need to know how to speak, but you're still counting your pennies and you're saying, I don't have enough money. I don't know how much I'm going to. So you die there, but you do not know you are dead. You cannot become the lava because you've been there too long. So that's something else I teach. But yeah, we're going to do this masterclass.
I got to shout out my sister again. Donna Graves said, your subconscious doesn't know the difference between a truth and a lie. And I love that she brought that out because what do you say about that, Kemi?
Mm-hmm. That I did not understand that for decades. I don't mean years. Decades. What's that? What is the subconscious word? But you see, I understand the subconscious now. Your subconscious, as far as I understand it, is your soul. It's made up of your will, your mind, your emotions, and your intellect. Now, there is a powerful scripture that helped me with this. It's 2 John 3. I wish above all things that you may prosper, even as your will, your mind, your emotions, and your intellect prosper. You cannot prosper beyond how your soul prospers. So if your subconscious is not used to, I am wealthy already, there's nothing else the Lord is going to do. He's not going to come out of retirement and say, okay, we need some money. Angels, let's go. Hurry up. He's done. He finished. He said he rested after all the work he had made in Genesis 2:2. So no, he's not retired, but he's at rest. He says, so labor to enter into my rest, so that you also will cease from your works the way I have ceased from mine. He's not working anymore. He's done. So he doesn't need you working. The work has been done for you. So you need to get that into your subconscious so that your consciousness will recognize it. It is always said the other way. Get into your subconscious so that, it says, your consciousness says it's a particular way, but your subconscious does not know the difference. So you want to feed your subconscious with the truth so that when your consciousness sees a lie, it's not going to be moved. That's not what I asked for. Oh, it's on its way. But no. I asked for a $600,000 deal. This is $300,000. Somebody else will sit with, take it. No. I said 6. Are you mad? No, I'm not mad. I'm just saying this is what I see. This is how I see it. And until it is that way, this is not mine. God has something for me somewhere else. I'm coming. They will call you and say, actually, we've never paid anybody $600,000 for this, but we'd like to have you for $600,000.
Right. The message that went out this morning.
Oh, that is so powerful. The message that went
out this morning, Shani. The message that went out this morning, I almost second guessed it. And I said, no, that's what I see. That's what I get.
That is so, okay. Oh my gosh. I don't even know where to get in on this.
Donna said, come on, Kemi.
We say these things to ourselves. We repeat these things. We tell other people. But how many times do you hear, and I know it has to be millions, do you hear, that's easier said than done?
And
how do I change my thoughts? It's easier said than done.
You have to
this and this going on.
Yeah, you have, like I said, you have to be ready. If you're not ready, that's when you be asking me funky questions. They are funky. And those questions as a result of most thinking. That's funky. It's like asking, it's easier said than done. My child is stuck on a truck and they said the fire service is coming, blah, blah, blah. It's easier said than done. Saying that, we're going to save her. Hey, say it's easier said than. Sit down there and watch her die. Abi, that's what you would. You'll be asking such dumb questions. You won't. You will say, how do we get this child out? We're waiting for the fire service. I heard a true life story. Child was stuck under. Mama was waiting for the fire service. The fire service didn't come. She said, I'm lifting that car. Everybody around her, men, no, you can't. He said, watch me. She lifted the car. There's something about your subconscious. When you've decided that this is what is going to happen, it will happen. Nothing, absolutely nothing can stop you. That's why people say, oh, she's mad. So when people ask me that question, I say, I agree. You're right. It's easier said than done. But whatever you're going to say is out of the abundance of your heart. So you think in your heart are the words that come out of your mouth. So what are you thinking? Because when you say it's easier said than done, you're telling me it's hard, and your interpretation of hard is it's impossible. When people say, oh, it's hard, they're really saying it's impossible. They want me to let them off. I can't let you off. You're not, even butterflies flap away from danger. I can't let you off. I'm not letting you off. I won't be doing my job. I won't actually walk away from me if I let you off, because I'm poison to you. I'm not the one that pulls you up by the bootlaces. Wake up. And I apologized before I apologized before, because you're going to get upset. It's okay. But I'm apologizing if you get upset. I'm not apologizing because I made you upset, because I can't make you do anything. It's your thinking that's doing what. That's why I don't do money back guarantee, money back. It's your thinking. Can I think for you? Me. I've done my own thinking. I've fed it to you. And now you want me to give you money. It didn't work. You are dreaming. Better go and use your brain.
Oh, we know you're gonna tell her like it is. You're gonna tell her that it's something that ain't right. That's thinking ain't not me.
She's telling it. She tells it so like it's right. I want you to recount the story of how we actually met, Kemi.
Oh yeah. So this young man from Liberia, but who lives in Rwanda, called Otis. I love you, Otis.
I love you, Otis.
Invited us for his book launch. But I noticed the way he invited me. He sent me a WhatsApp message, and next I saw was just us with a letter saying, my book launch, I want you to blah blah. I said, okay, so are you going to tell me the date? But I just saw the letter had everything. First time we're talking about this, I said, what's this guy doing? Next time I saw a flyer, my picture and a few other pictures. I didn't notice. I didn't recognize the people on there. So I kind of in front of my laptop, what kind of bad behavior is this? I'm going to refuse. I said, no, he's a young man. These were my thoughts. So I actually prepared for it. He sent me the book. I went through a few chapters. I read certain bits. I made my notes. Okay, I'll review the book. So we got on online book launch. The first person spoke, fantastic. The next person, another lady spoke, then a gentleman spoke who everybody really honors. I do not recall his name. And then Barbara spoke. Ma! I said, what is this? The first thing she said was, thank you so much for inviting me. But Otis, and then the tone of her voice changed. But Otis, you should never do this again. I thought, what happened? You should never do this again. You do not invite me without, first of all, having a conversation. We agree if I have the time. Don't you ever do that again. In America, you will be sued for using my picture for da-da-da. Now, I thought I would tell him, but I thought, no, you can't tell him. You tell him after. You don't really know him that way, so I left it. So Barbara finished. Short and sweet, she went straight to the point. I said, great, I'm going to do my short and sweet. I had 10 minutes. You always plan to do at least 2 minutes less than what you're giving. That's the way to do it. So you're not invited again. And so I got up there and I thought to myself, no, don't say anything. Thank you very much for inviting me. I really appreciate it. I'd like to review the book. I thought, no, don't do that. Somebody else has one. Otis, don't you ever do that to me. Don't you invite me. And I said, don't let it happen again, bro. I came like Barbara because, we love you and you're dynamic young man. And so and then I went into the review and I did what I do. And while I was talking, something came up, but I was focused. Then next I saw, Barbara said, Kemi, we need to meet. We need to meet. Are you on? And I said, what? That's how we met. And I've invited her to the Women with Audacity Conversations show. And she was, woo! I was transfixed, like, she didn't take her eyes off the camera, like, we are here. There are people saying things. She was like, her voice would go up, come down. It was like I was on a ride. She was taking me on a ride. It was a story. I was just going with that. I need to learn to talk like this.
But you are the one who captivated me on the show. You captivated me on the Audacity show. You captivated me on with Otis. And I know when you meet people who are on that same wavelength, on that same energy, on that same trajectory, you have to stop to meet them. This is where we make the mistake. We see something dynamic and you say, oh, if I could only just meet her, but she won't talk to me. No, what's the worst you could have said to me, Kemi?
No, thank you. I don't want to meet you.
I want you. I want to know who you are.
Yeah.
And then what? Am I going to go in a corner and say, Kemi didn't what? Talk. No.
Right.
We have to get outside of ourselves to make these dynamic connections, because how else would we have connected? Thank you, Otis.
Thank you, Otis.
I'm a witness too. Okay. That's how I met Barbara.
Are you serious?
I am so serious. Same
wow.
Thing. I'm like, who
Barbara,
is that?
You've got something magnetic going on here.
Because you know I'm gonna be all in your inbox, Kemi. All right, and I'm gonna be in the Facebook group. Okay.
I didn't say how to join the masterclass. You need to join my Facebook group, and I sent it. Do I need to type it somewhere?
It's actually scrolling on the bottom.
Oh, is it fantastic? Okay, there you go.
And we want to invite you to our Sisters Empower Sisters to Advance. Now, if you are unable or unwilling to travel to the sunny state of Ocean City, Maryland, we are going to figure out how to do this thing both ways, as a virtual as well as in person and live. We gotta have you, Kemi. We gotta have you.
A must.
Oh, that would be an honor to come and serve. Quite a privilege. We'll be happy to. Yeah.
Oh my God, we gotta have you. And when we start doing the clips of parts of this video as the clips, the preamble to the event, they're gonna want to come.
Wait, I'm thinking I should just make the flyer and put her picture on there and just say she already agreed.
I'll be there. Just tell me the day and the time. Tell me the date, and we'll work out all the other months.
She try to do it. She try to pull an Otis on you.
I noticed.
I'm gonna pull a whole Otis.
I noticed.
we have a whole new vocabulary for what that is, what that's called when you get invited and show up on the flyer already. Donna says yes. It's called the Otis.
Yes, sir, girl. Yes, sir.
I just love how you put that back on people though. Like say, well, you're just not ready.
Yeah,
that's it.
You either ready or right.
Nobody wants to really realize that we're in a time where we're allowed to pretend to be certain things because we can be on social media and we can, create whatever we want to, whatever avatar we want to be for that day. But the real honest truth is, I am where I am because of what I'm thinking.
And that's hard.
It stings.
It's hard, especially when you're the one who teaches it. And I'm seeing all my flaws. One day I said to God, you sent the wrong person. Because if you put the whole of the United States together or the whole of Africa, my thoughts stink more than theirs.
Wow.
And God said, that's why I sent you. Because as I teach you, you'll be able to teach them. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah,
you know that.
He's scared of us. We ask him questions and he'd be like, okay, well, this is what I think.
And I always say, just because I teach, it doesn't mean I little miss God. Please don't look at me like that. Don't make me a God. Stop it. Because that's how the pastor fails, or he sleeps outside his marriage and you all fall away from God. Stop it. He works with God. You do your work with God. So don't start calling me this and say, oh, but Coach Kemi, you are tough. You go, shh. Some things we do under the anointing. Some things we do because we have a gift. We just have a gift for being crazy. Some of us, those women that you are here, we have a gift for being crazy. We do not apologize because there is a place we are going. That doesn't mean we've got it right. You should see us when we're in our PJs or when we just wake up.
I love it.
Oh gosh.
I like Donna's quote. She said, accountability is reality and produces reliability.
Woo! Gotta write that down. That's a writer downer. Yeah.
That's a writer downer. That's a writer downer. Put it down there.
Joe was a writer downer. We need to transcribe this.
Accountability is reality and produces reliability. Okay.
Yes. That's good, Donna. That's good. We see you out there.
It is.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead because this is a rich conversation. I don't know who didn't get this on the real play, but you need to get this on the replay. If you didn't get this on the real play, you need to get this on the replay. Let me say that again for the people in the back. You didn't get this on the real play, you need to get this on the replay because this was fire all day.
Oh, the people at the back. I love that thing about the people at the back.
I mean, it just hit you like bam. And I got a lot of space here, but I'm saying it just hit you like bam. Okay.
Listen, we are almost out of time. I want Kemi to have the last 2 minutes to tell us what she wants the people in the audience to know. Thank you so much, Kemi, for being here. We've got a lot of stuff going on. I want you to take 2 minutes, and then Shani, you take the last 2 minutes, and I'm gonna take the last 1 minute to say bye to the peoples. You say your last 2 minutes outtakes, Kemi. Shani, tell them what we got coming up, and then I'm gonna say bye to the people. Okay, in that order. Go ahead, Kemi.
Okay, so less than 2 minutes. I'll read this by Florence Scovel Shinn. Man should make an art of thinking. Think of art of thinking. The master thinker is an artist and is careful to paint only the divine designs upon the canvas of his mind. And he paints these pictures with masterly strokes of power and decision, having perfect faith that there is no power to mar their perfection and that they shall manifest in his life the ideal made real. All power is given man through right thinking to bring his heaven upon his earth. And this is the goal of the game of life. Thank you.
Drop the mic. Drops the mic.
Mic drop.
Thank you so much, Coach Kemi, for being here. I'm so glad you have agreed to come to the Sisters in Power Sisters Retreat this fall, October 13th through 15th.
All right, okay.
Maryland. And this has just been, we have to have you back on the show for part 2, part 3. This has to be a series, really. Let's be honest. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The Wall Street Hackers are up next. I'm at the give it to Barbara. Take us away. You know what time it is.
It has been an amazing.
Oh, thank you, Donna.
We will be playing this several times on Pod TV during the week. The Wall Street Hackers are up next. And you know, this has been the most engaging conversation we have had in a minute. Let me tell you, Kemi, you have outdone yourself. What you know about thinking and how to get people out of that stinking thinking is invaluable. We will be playing this one for years to come to help some other people come up. But now we know what time it is. My sister Donna is still out there. She's looking forward to seeing you, Sister Kemi. And she doesn't say that lightly. She don't call everybody her sister. Trust me when I tell you. Anyway,
another sister.
You got another sister. Looking forward to having you at the Sisters in Power Sisters event in October 13, 14, and 15. And now we know what time it is. It's time for you to step into your greatness because the world is waiting for you. That's our time. We'll see you next week.
Woo, that was good.
Engage, inspire, empower. That's what I help you do as a celebrity, speaker, trainer, and coach. Hi, I'm Barbara H. Smith, known as the Masterful Presenter. I am the one that can help you dig deep inside your passions and deep inside your life to get you to the place you always dreamed.
I had the pleasure of hearing Miss Barbara Holmes Smith speak today, and just from her speaking to me today, I have realized that I need to have personalize my alter ego and be able to put myself out there a lot more.
I help through speaking techniques, teaching you how to use your words and your body language to inspire people to come up higher.
Today's presentation with Ms. Barbara was just outstanding. She has really helped me with her personality, with her being so genuine and passionate about what she believes in and helping to coach, train. Her sense of humor, her energy is just incredible.
How do I do that? By coaching and speaking and training. I help you with whatever it is that you want to do next. What is your next? Are you ready to take your life, your career to the next level? I can get you there. Contact me at www.barbarahsmith.com.